All right. We are live, but I did forget to bring my knife up. But after slicing my finger on set, I don't know if I really want any knives around me right now. It bled for a long time, and I'm definitely going to have a scar. But I can't feel anything in my finger, so I don't know if I sliced a nerve or something like that. But anyways, let's see if we can do this without having a knife. I took the just a general plastic off it already. Of course, there is nothing connecting any of it normally anyway, but you can see that we have this kind of a raised thing. So right now I have Luke from Jedi. Actually, he's from Mandalorian, but he's got the same costume, the black costume. I also have the one from Bespin from Luke. And the only one I can find for Leia that's not over $400. I really want the Hoth one, but I can't find her. I think it's like 500 actually. And but I have the Leia from Return of the Jedi, so I figured I'd get the Han from Return of the Jedi. I have the Chewbacca coming, and that should complete my set until I can raise enough money to get the stuff. But there's nothing on the back or anything like that. But yeah, so I am looking forward to this because I do not have a Han figure at all. And I do like the jacket, but I think I'm going to keep it without the jacket. But anyway, we have this piece on top of here, which I kind of like this, this extra piece that kind of gives you like a peekaboo moment where you're like, oh, what's underneath? Oh, yeah. Oh, yay. So it's not just this when you open the box. So I kind of like that extra piece there. I already looked underneath and there was nothing here. So there's no extra pieces in the box, so we're just going to remove that completely. All right, so here we go. Here is the figure. And the only thing that's on the bottom here is the coat. So let's remove the coat. So I may use the coat, I may not. I don't know, because I kind of like it without. But the coat is kind of cool. But I don't use the poncho or anything like that for the Leia either. So I am looking forward to having them side by side. I'm not going to. The Luke is fighting the Vader, so he's not going to be side by side with them, which is kind of how it was in Jedi anyway. So, all right. So again, there's the coat, but the coat is. I think they did a really good job with that. I'm looking. I'm going to open this and so I can see the material because I'm hoping it's very light. All right. So let's remove the actual figure first, and then we'll get all the goodies after. All right, so of course there's always this plastic over the head and on the arms and everything like that. This one's the first one I ever seen around the waist, though. Not sure why it's around the waist, but it is. Okay, we have extra plastic on this one all over the place. I'm just gonna rip it. I think I don't think I'm gonna ever put that back on. So, all right, let's take and I'm hoping that the boots are not like the Captain Marvel boots. And this is where I probably do need a knife, but let's, okay, so there's that. Oh yeah, this is not coming off without being destroyed. And of course this finger doesn't work. Wow. They make it so you have to destroy it. All right, there we go. So we'll take a look at the boot while we're at. So the boot is very light up here, light rubber, and it is a different color. It looks like they didn't spray paint it all the way down. It's lighter over here. Always love Han's pants that had the stripes up the side, and they did obviously something a little different in Jedi where wasn't a full stripe. Yeah, so we're good with this up to the point where we have to get the tape around the ankle. I'm not sure why they make this so difficult. Is it really protecting anything? I want to see how the paint is on this one as well. There we go. Yeah, it's the same. Where the paint doesn't go all the way down. I wonder what that's all about. Why it's lighter on the bottom. All right, that might take me a minute to get that back in there, so let's make sure this is pointing in the right direction. There we go. All right, and then we have over here as well. I guess that's kind of a droid alarm thing. Oh, that came off. Oh, wow, it's got literally has a metal thing here for this. I kind of like that because normally the stuff that they have when it puts in just falls right out. This ain't going anywhere. Oh, I love all the pockets and everything on this one. Oh, at least the hands come off without. Oh, I spoke too early. I'm like, oh, the hands go. Oh, then they have a wrist one. It's like, oh, come on, man, come on. So let's get all this junk out of here. And then we also have the thing that's on the neck. So let's remove the head so we can remove the thing around the neck as well. I wonder who puts all this stuff on. And we do have the eyes that move independently, which is why they have the neck piece like this. So we can give him a little attitude by moving his eyes around. And I do like that, but it sometimes when you do it, it's like gives you don't even mean to, and so one eye is going in one direction, one eye is going in the other. So anyway, we'll just get that on there, and let's get this plastic off. I'm just going to rip it, and then we'll look at the hand versions. All right, so we finally got him completely good. So this is the figure. So let's look at the articulation. Oh my God, his eye fell out. Oh no. So that's a problem. So I'm gonna have to do some surgery on him. Right now he's the Bionic Man. Remember the Bionic Man had the eye that you can look through, and that's how we have him right now. He's usually got a hole in his head, but I'll put the eye back in a few. But it is full articulation completely. So this is what they should have done with Captain Marvel. Made this not, very loose, very thin rubber, but they do move completely, which is good. Yeah. And knees fully move, wrist, etc. There's the shirt. Let's see if the shirt does restrict movement to a certain degree. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So you have to fuck with it to get the arms to move all the way up. All right. Let's look at the coat real quick just so I can see what material it is. All right, so it is stiff. There's no metal in the thing to make it look like it's blowing in the breeze or anything like that. I was kind of hoping for a lighter material, but it's nice anyway. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not because I kind of like his classic look. I'll keep it to the side in case if I decide later on that I want to use it. All right, so let's look at the base. So I kind of like the raised base because of the fact that I'm going to be able to put him behind her. I'm going to put Leia in the front. So they do have the rocks here that you can put into there in case you don't want the stand, in case you don't want him to have on the stand. The rocks will fill in these holes if you don't want to use those. So I guess the stand can go in either direction. but apparently it's, made to be here. I kind of like using these in case, well, especially when I was in LA where we had earthquakes. But it does say Star Wars Han Solo on it. And again, I do kind of like this raised platform. It's got a little bit of the Empire thing, plus we have the thing that has to do with Endor, and then we have a tree branch, which I think can go here as well instead of where you can instead of using the rock. But I'll probably put a rock there and probably put this depending on where I have him stand. And this is the part I was kind of waiting for to see here too. I'm going to do close up on this, but here's his blaster, which I always thought he had one of the coolest guns in all of Star Wars. And I know that they spent absolutely zero time on making some of this stuff. Like it was just like a regular pistol, and then they just shoved some stuff over it. I'll tell you, the designers from Star Wars will never be outdone. I mean, they really had a lower budget to deal with stuff with, and they made the best of it all across the entire production. Oh, I think I just took his eye and moved it. All right, I'm going to have to find that. So let's look at the hands. Let's take all this out. This is the last piece anyway, and then we'll figure out what hands we're going to use. So there we go. Okay, so we have the blaster hand, but it has the thumb up instead of wrapping around, which I think is interesting. I don't know how that works, but it fits really well in there. So let's see. So then this one here has the whole wraparound. And this is the right hand. So this is his regular blaster hand, which is probably what I'll be using. Then this one, I guess, could either wrap, actually both of these are kind of his open hand. He could also put this on his hip, stuff like that. This one here, I have no clue. I have no clue what that. It almost looks like a communicator hand or whatever, but they don't have those in this one. But yeah, let's just take these generic hands off. If I can get them off. There we go. So at least put the blaster on. And since I have he looks like he's not only eyeless, but his eye is like upside in his head. So I also dropped it on the floor, so I'm going to have to try to find it. But yeah, this is. So there's how it would look on the stand. Of course, I'm going to try to pose him, with his normal traditional, splayed legs, blaster up type of thing. But I think the face, again, he's missing an eye at this point, but the face I think is really actually pretty good. I mean, it's the older version. That's why I kind of wish I had the New Hope one, which is the younger version. I definitely didn't want the one from the prequels or the sequels. I mean, and then he's got some stuff in the belt too, which is kind of cool. Actually, all through the belt, and then on top of that, the blaster thing. This is magnetic, so this actually would go over the blaster to hold it in. But overall, I think this is a really, really nice figure. I'm ready to get the eye back in there, though. But they did a really good job with the level of the pockets and everything like that. The blaster looks great, and the posability is amazing. So now I just got to figure out, which hands I'm going to end up using for what pose and things like that. I'll pose them behind the Leia on my Instagram and TikTok, and I'll take a video of that. All right. Well, that's it for me, guys. Hopefully, you guys like it, and if you guys are collecting hot toys and sideshow stuff, let me know. I definitely have a problem. I have way too many. In fact, I will let's uh let's take the camera if it doesn't go off on me, and I kind of pan around the room here, but you can kind of see that I have a problem. So over there I have my Mandalorian stuff with Hera and Bo-Katan and Boba Fett from the new series. Then on the bottom there, I have Wasp, and then I have Padme and Pepper Potts and uh, Hella. So I have Hera and Hella. I just thought about that. That's why I paused. And you can see I have a lightsaber down there as well on the thing there, and you can kind of see Scarlet poking around the corner. But I'm going to be moving Padme out of there because I have I have an Iron Man coming in. Then you can see the Guardians of the Galaxy figures up there. And then below them, you can see that I have just kind of mishmash of characters. So I have Ming the Merciless, I have Clint Eastwood, and I have the guy, Cade Bane, and then Freddy, who's kind of the odd man out there. So anyway, yeah. So that's it for me. So let me know what you guys think of Han. And I'm hoping to get his eye back in without any issue. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Remember there, too, that Fairy Tales of Terror is coming to Kickstarter. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. I forgot to show. There's my Tom Cruise bike there, too. Yes, I definitely have a problem.